Happy Easter. Lent is obviously over, and it's been a productive time for me. And I just wanted to come and check in and let everybody know kind of what's going on. Mostly because things are going to be changing pretty substantially. As I move through my grad program, websites are going to be coming online. Social media is going to be fundamentally changing, and Instagram is going to be changing. I'm going to be on TikTok. It's weird. I'm not going to do Snapchat. Don't ask me to, because I'll just, I don't know, block you. Pray for you, but block you all the same. Because that's just the direction that I'm going. I'm gonna link in the description, I think, over Lent, or maybe it was before, I forget, sometime since the beginning of this year. I think, and even then, time is weird, right? It's a construct, whatever. Anyway, there was an interview that I saw with Dr. Jeremiah J. Johnston, which is just a great, Triple J, the Marvel nerds will get it. And he's meeting first off with Glenn Beck, and he's just laying out the case for the Shroud of Turin. And I know there are going to be atheists and skeptics that are going to be like, oh my God, not the Shroud of Turin again. It's been debunked. Okay, cool. Except it hasn't. And since it hasn't, Christians have to deal with that. I mean, really, the whole world has to deal with that, right? The way that my hands are filthy. Cleaning up all of this, this office, which has just been an absolute cluster since Christmas, right? So, built this thing behind me to be able to highlight the swords that have basically been like mile markers for me, and also, the White Knight Be Good stick back over there. At least one of you in the friends list has gotten to see that up close and personal. Can't wait to see his comments coming soon. Anyway, so that's it. I don't have leprosy. That's just staining and all of that stuff in the garage. That's where I was today. Anyway, Shroud. The Shroud is real. And the Shroud and the other part of it, which is another thing that some people will bring up, like, well, there are two cloths. Where's the other cloth? It's called the Sudarium, or Sudarium. I forget. I think it's Sudarium. Oviedo, of Oviedo. And it's in Oviedo, Spain. And it's been there since the 600s, I think. And it was in Alexandria before that. So, they exist, and they're out there, and they're real, and they validate one another with pollen and flaxen and wide axis carbon or wide axis radio dating. I forget the name of it, but I digress. It's real, and so because it's real, for Christians. We have two things. First off, I highly encourage you to go and to see either the Glenn Beck interview, or he just did also Jeremiah J. Johnston, Dr. Jeremiah J. Johnston, just did another interview with Michael Knowles. And I highly encourage both, actually. There's great information in both, and I think there's little bits that come out in each one that don't get talked about in the others. So I would encourage you to go see both. And I will put both of those in the comments. I will try to remember to do those in the comments for each of these posts, regardless of whatever platform you end up on. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, for Christians, we get in this weird. Yes, I believe it, but it's still kind of relegated as this like thing of mythology in the back of our head, right? Because something is still, it's like doubting Thomas, right? A thing is still like conceptually like, I don't, is it really real? Until, you put your finger through the hole in his hands and your hand into his side. Well, after you see the shroud and after you hear the scientific explanation, or rather the lack of scientific explanation, and apparently 102 academic disciplines, the best in their field, have come along to try to be able to debunk this thing. Score is Shroud 102, Science 0. And we'll get to that in a second. So, Christian, go see it. And then 2, if it's real, what are you going to do about it? And we'll come back to that here in a minute. For my skeptics and non-believer friends, again, I would encourage you to go and to read or to read about it. Read about it. Sure, I think that Christianity is one of those religions. I guess Christianity is really the only religion that puts itself right next to history and says, "Yeah, check my references." And with the shroud, that is exactly what folks have been doing. So there's a lot of great information to be found in there. And then I guess it's 3 questions for my skeptic and non-believer friends. One is, will you go see it? Will you watch the material? Which, if nothing else, I think it's engaging and I think it's entertaining, because I think they present the material in at least a fun way. It's not a dry lecture. 2, after you watch it, do you think you can debunk it? 102 academic disciplines have come along and have tried, and they haven't been able to. And I have some really smart people. I mean, truly smart and brilliant people in my friends list. I do not doubt that one little bit. And associates and acquaintances who I have parted company with over the years, again, really sharp people, really smart people. Not trying to downplay that or be sarcastic about that in any way. And if somebody could do it, I would love to see them try. Truly. Because 102 academic disciplines, I'm pretty confident about what the result's going to be, which leads me to number 3. What are you going to do with that result? Because if all we're talking about is science and scientific data, then what are you going to do when the data points to a conclusion that may run counter to everything that you thought? Just a thought. That's what I've been wrestling with for a lot of Lent. And like I said, it's been very productive. And because it's been productive, and because of my meditations on the shroud and stuff like that, things are gonna have to change a little bit. The way that I work with technology is gonna have to change a little bit. So. Don't worry, this is not me trying to do some kind of like long and elaborate breakup letter with people on social media. That's not what I'm doing. I am saying that the way that I use social media is going to be changing. I am going to be probably limiting my posts that are going to be on this personal account. I don't know how often I'm going to post. I don't know what I'm going to post. I don't know if I'm going to post, if I'm being honest. Because if I'm really, really going to be transparent, I didn't miss Facebook and I didn't miss Instagram at all. I did a lot of research. I did a lot of digging into topics. I tried to be as strict as I possibly could with my use of things like Twitter, AI, and YouTube, strictly trying to be as strict as I could be for academic purposes. And brother, was that a productive 40 days. It just felt great. And so I want to keep that going because it felt good to be kind of on mission for those that are hip to the know about, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I don't know when you're going to hear from me on this platform. Again, you will be seeing invitations to follow a different a different account on Facebook and Instagram that is going to be more toward the clinical, more toward better brain health, practical neurology, or I guess practical neuroscience is actually a better way to say that. And just trying to help people have a better understanding of like emotional health and what that looks like and what the actual downstream consequences are of having a good emotional relationship with yourself, with other people, understanding what emotions are, understanding what the brain does, the different areas of the brain, how they work together, nerd stuff, which, nerd. So that's what it is. So yeah, you will see an invite coming for that. And things for YouTube are going to be changing as well. Like I said, I've been as productive as I possibly could be over the last 40 days, I think. Give or take some mild panic attacks and some mental breakdowns here or there. But I think, we're all entitled to them from time to time. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit less of, this kind of a thing and a little bit more of this kind of thing. We're going to be doing a lot more focus on things like what content is going to be available on my website. It's not published yet, so don't worry about what that web address is. There's still plenty of material that needs to get added to this website. But you'll see that at a website. You'll see that announcement coming very soon. You'll see new ways of being able to engage with people here on YouTube and through, like I said, TikTok, Twitch. I'm going to be honest, I really don't even know what that is. But we'll find out together. We'll find out together. So yeah, it's been productive. It's been fun. I'm not going anywhere. Just please forgive me if you don't hear from me on this channel. Messengers are still going to be open. I'm not going to be mass deleting a bunch of things. But if you have been message bombing me from throughout the entirety of Lent, don't be surprised if I just give you a thumbs up all the way at the end and say thanks for the content and move on. So yeah, thanks very much, guys. I hope everything is going great for you. I hope you guys are having a happy Easter. I hope the last 40 days have been great for you guys. And I'm looking forward to what the next step in this journey is going to be for me, for you, for everybody. So until then, Romans 8:28, and love you. Later.